Mr. Chair, honorables sénateurs, merci de nous avoir donné l'occasion de comparaître au nom de la Chambre de commerce du Canada, qui représente plus de 400 chambres de commerce et de conseils d'affaires, ainsi que de 200 000 entreprises dans toutes les régions et de tous les secteurs. With 565 days between budgets 2024 and 2025, this year's budget was highly anticipated. While framed by government as a historic and transformational document, we offer a more measured view. It takes meaningful steps in the right direction and lays a solid foundation for further progress. For brevity, we will highlight two areas where the budget advances Canada's economic agenda before turning to what is needed next. Premièrement, le budget de 2025 renforce la capacité économique et industrielle stratégique du Canada. Il reconnaît l'importance d'accroître le rôle du Canada en tant que superpuissance énergétique et des ressources naturelles. Nous appuyons les investissements dans les minéraux critiques, l'énergie propre, l'intelligence artificielle, les ressources naturelles et la défense, des secteurs essentiels à la compétitivité à long terme ainsi qu'à la sécurité économique et nationale. Initiatives such as sovereign AI compute capacity, the Critical Minerals Sovereign Fund, increased defense spending, and recognition of LNG's important export role and decarbonization potential are all constructive. Pour traduire ces engagements en résultats, le Canada doit moderniser les approvisionnements, accélérer l'adoption de l'intelligence artificielle et améliorer de façon significative la rapidité et la prévisibilité du développement de projets. Des échéanciers plus clairs, une coordination fédérale provinciale renforcée et une fonction publique plus agile sont essentiels. La modernisation réglementaire doit également s'appliquer à tous les projets, grands et petits, désignés d'intérêt national ou non, avec des normes de services transparentes et une approche claire. Un projet, une seule évaluation. Second, the budget advances Canada's productivity, investment, and innovation agenda. The productivity superdeduction is a meaningful tool to engage investment in productivity-enhancing capital. Improvements to SHRED, reduce administrative burden, and improve refundability for smaller research-intensive firms are similarly positive. Added clarity on capital gains taxation also supports better business planning and investment certainty. Together, these measures all are progress, though further modernization, particularly to support commercialization and scale-up, to make both the productivity superdeduction and the accelerated investment incentive permanent will be critical. We also welcome the amendment to the greenwashing provision in the Competition Act, which brings greater alignment with international practice and reduces unintended consequences for responsible companies. Je cède maintenant la parole à mon collègue Alexandre, directeur principal, fabrication et chaîne de valeur, qui représentera les prochaines étapes nécessaires.
Looking ahead, Canada now needs a long-term productivity, investment, and trade strategy to build on the budget. In response to U.S. industrial policy and the One Big Beautiful Bill, Canada should prioritize predictability, stability, and tax competitiveness, modernizing capital cost allowances, and simplifying the system rather than laying on boutique measures. Regulatory reform remains urgent. Legislative competitiveness mandates, clear service standards, predictable impact assessments, and stronger federal-provincial coordination are essential. Canada also needs a public service culture focused on timeliness, collaboration, and practical problem-solving. On trade, Canada must strengthen North American competitiveness ahead of the 2026 CUSMA review by reducing non-tariff barriers, improving border efficiency, modernizing conformity assessments, and coordinating energy and critical mineral supply chains. Ensuring small and medium enterprises and SMEs can participate fully in continental trade will be key. Senators, ultimately the real test for Budget 2025 will be implementation, an area where Canada has struggled and cannot afford to fall behind again. Timely execution of funding programs, regulatory reforms, and strategic initiatives will determine whether this budget translates into higher productivity, stronger investment, and greater economic security. Global competition is accelerating, and Canada does not have the luxury of time. A whole-of-government approach supported by a modern, delivery-focused public service is essential. If implemented with urgency, Budget 2025 can position Canada for long-term success. If not, we risk falling further behind at a moment when Canada cannot afford to come up short. We look forward to working with Parliament, government, and partners across Canada to help deliver that future. Thank you for your time today,